What's going on, hookers? Welcome back to the channel. Today's a very special one. We are celebrating our 250th anniversary as a country. July 4th, it's a big day for me because I am very, very patriotic. And I figured, the best way to show that is to create some red, white, and blue baits. And I don't know how this is going to turn out, but we're going to try it together. So stick around, stay tuned, and check it out. All right, while I've got some plastic in the microwave heating up, kind of give you an overview of what I'm thinking. So obviously red, white, and blue, right? I think I'm going to add some large silver flake to the blue to signify the stars. And then we're gonna break out the triple injector today, and I'm hoping I don't get a lot of bleeding between the colors. Maybe it'll look cool, maybe it won't, I don't know. So we'll just play it by ear, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully it turns out good. There's a microwave right there, so I'll get you guys started. And talk about amateur hour. So while I was vacuuming the plastic, the nozzle to release the air is right under there to depressurize the chamber, and all the plastic blew out of the cup. So rookie mistake, and gonna have to redo that. Okay, didn't have to bore you guys cooking all the plastic, but we've got let's start over here. We're gonna do a raspberry mica powder. We got a white dead on plastics and a blue Pearl Dry, and then this is the flake we're gonna put in. Just some cheap flake from Walmart, but I think it'll work. I want to do the mica powder instead of just the normal, coloring, just to see if it helps, not bleed. And then, the cup's looking yellow, but I mean, when you pour it out, it's super clear. I think it's just the cup itself. So give these a quick mix before we start adding the color. So to start off with, we're gonna throw some of this red in here, this red mica. Brand new, never opened. So I gotta break the seal off real quick. I think that's gonna be a perfect red for this. And we're gonna add quite a bit because I want it to be pretty opaque today. Usually go for a more translucent, but with this mica powder, I'm gonna make it almost not as opaque as possible, but it's gonna be pretty vibrant. I know that looks a little yellow on the camera for you guys from what I'm seeing back here, but I think it's just my lighting, because it looks pretty red. Let me see if I can change the lighting. Okay, change the lighting a little bit. Hopefully it's a little bit better for you guys. And it definitely does come up a lot better on camera. So I'm good with that one. We'll move on to the white. White's going to be pretty easy. And it's pretty opaque, so I'm not going to have to add that much to it to get it to that white we want. Just give the ball a quick shake. Just add a little splash here and there. Make sure I've got a clean stirring knife. And we gotta move fast because this plastic's starting to cool down too much. For the blue, like I said, we're gonna use this blue mica powder. Let me get a fresh scooper out here so we don't get any red in it. And you guys caught that spill on camera. That's awesome. I put the spoon in it and it compressed and blew out everywhere. So we got some blue in there. Give it a little swirl because this cup's pretty full. We're just gonna dump all the mica powder in there. Just about. Pretty blue. Let's dump it out on the table, see how it looks. Still a little bit too light. Go ahead and dump some more in there. Like I said, I want these to be pretty much opaque just so we can see all the colors clearly and hopefully not have any bleed between them. There we go. It's starting to get a little bit better. So next we're going to add the silver flake. Okay, for the silver flake, I don't want to add too many to overpower the blue. So I think it looks like about 50. I think that's all we're going to use for, 1 cup. Just something to show in there and give it a little bit of texture. And just have a few, running throughout the bait. Yeah, I think that works out great. Let's pick some molds out. So while we got those in the microwave reheating, I think I've got 3 molds in mind. I'm gonna do a craw for sure. I'm going to do let's do a 7-inch shaky head worm. And then just for fun, let's do some lizards. Let's do some lizards. All right, one last look before we start injecting. Let's get this show on the road. Let me set you guys back up. Actually, let me set you over here so you can see all my mess over there. I gotta grab this and then let's get it. So no idea how this is going to turn out. I don't know if the molds are in the correct place right now or not, but I do not have time to check because this plaster is getting cold. Try not to mix the colors. Go right there. 1 down. 2 down. 3 down. Let's grab a Senko real quick. Or stick bait, I mean. And there we have it. Hold some pressure. Pressure. That one's stuck. Let's go. Top off, all 3. Come back and hit this one last time. Let's see what we got left. All right. And now we just wait. Gotta wait for those molds to cool down. Plastic to cure, not cure, but cool down enough to pull them out. And I think they're going to turn out good. If you look, you know. Of course, it's going to be a little bit mixed here, but we have all three colors in there. Hopefully we got enough on that one, but I'm excited. Again, I think we achieved what we were looking for. So we just have to wait and see. Well, look at that. Red, white, and blue. It looks like they mix pretty well. And let's get the baits open. You can see some of the big glitter, which is pretty much just how I wanted it. Like where you could see it, but it didn't like really overpower the bait. So let's get these molds open. Okay, let's start off with what I think will be the smallest mold, if I quit bumping the camera. I mean, hardest mold. Let's get a reveal. Oh yeah, those turned out awesome. Look at that. These are sick. Let me get off there. I mean, just look at the sprue. I don't want to bring it any closer because it's going to go out of focus, but I think the white could have been a little bit more vibrant, but I mean, you're right in between two darker colors, so I don't think there's anything we could have done about that. But this is awesome. And these worms, I mean, you're gonna get some mixed in there. It looks like the white got into the red, but the rest of these, like, these are so cool. Let's get a little bit of an angle of all of them. So you got the blue. There's the laminate side of it. And then you got the red. Wow. All right. Let's get the rest of these molds open. Next up is the craws. Bottom one got a little bit more white than the rest of them, but nonetheless, let's get them off of the sprue. I think these are just cool. I mean, even laminates through the claw. You get a little bit more white because it's, you know, a thinner piece of the bait, and it's right there in the middle, so it's harder for the outer colors to go, you know, right there, so it fills up with a lot of white. But I mean, overall, like, I'm happy with these. These are so cool. That one turned out almost perfect. I love these. These are cool. And last but not least, I suspect these stick baits are going to turn out just like the shaky heads. But I think we're going to get a more even laminate. Yeah, look at that. Let's get that down. I mean, these are sick. I don't know how else to describe it. These are so cool. I've never made anything like that has, you know, blew my mind like this. And to do it today is just awesome. These are so sick. And just a little overview. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. Happy 4th of July to everybody. It's a big milestone for 250 years, and I think that's something to be proud of. You know, these baits turned out awesome. I can't wait to go try to actually catch a fish on these, and I think, you know, just their color profile alone, I think they're gonna catch. Let me know down below whether you think they're gonna catch, what you would throw them on, or, you know, just say happy 4th. Let's all come together, celebrate this 250th year, and get out, go catch some fish.